Good morning, this is Beth McMahon with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service, and this is this month's turf trial update. Yay! Today is October 16th, 2025, and just a heads up, all of the plots have not received rainfall for 4 weeks. Our last rainfall was on September 8th, well, significant rainfall at least. So, they don't look beautiful. But the point of this experiment is to see how they will do without getting any water, so let's take a look. As always, we start with a view of Timeless 2A, plot number 1, and it is looking mighty fine. You could say that it actually looks the best out of any of these plots today, which honestly is kind of like a little weird, but alright. Looking over at the Sundancer plot, right beside it, it does have some browning, showing some drought stress right there. I'm not too worried about drought stress on buffalograss plots, with the exception of UC Verde. The Sundancer plots and Timeless plots seem to recover quite well, even though they have a little bit of drought stress, so I'm not too worried there. Here's another Sundancer plot. This one is starting to get some straggler daisy, I believe, right there. This weed is kind of aggressive, so I probably will go in there and cut it out before it gets worse. Here's another Timeless 2A plot. It doesn't look as good as the other one. It is showing more signs of drought stress, but it still does not look bad. The UC Verde plots are a bit of a disappointment. They never really recovered very well after I scalped them earlier this year, and they have bare patches in them. There's some yellowing, there's some drought damage. I mean, they did recover better than what they were, but it doesn't look as good as the Sundancer plots. It really doesn't. The grass is just a whole lot thicker, and honestly, I think I like how the buffalograss plots are not that thick and compacted. Let's take a look at the Citrabule plots. Yes, so this is St. Augustine. This is St. Augustine that hasn't gotten rainfall for 4 weeks. It doesn't look that bad. It really does not. If you look a little bit closer, it does have some shriveled leaf blades. It does have some yellowing in the canopy. Is it a canopy if it's a grass? Yeah, I think it might be a canopy if it's the grass. Anyway, it's got some yellow leaf blades. The plot is definitely showing signs of drought stress, but it's still green. It's still green. Let's look at the other ones. This one's about the same. It does have more weeds in it than the other one. But it does have yellowing, it does have the shriveled leaf blades, but it just looks like it needs water. So hopefully we'll get some rain with these little cold fronts that are supposed to come in next week. This one right here, same story, has some dried out patches, but then it has some nice big green patches. It definitely looks better than the Sahara bermudagrass, which is one example right here. You see all the browning. There are empty patches, there are green patches, but there are empty patches. Part of the problem is that I think it needs regular mowing, and because I don't mow weekly, it just doesn't look good. So I can't really mow one plot in favor of the other ones, so at the mowing speeds, or the mowing rate, how often I mow these other ones, it doesn't respond very well to that. So it might respond better in a different yard. Though there is the issue of the bare spots. This Sahara bermudagrass has bare spots as well, and then this one up here has bare spots too. So it's not just that it needs to be mowed more often, it does have bare spots. Speaking of bare spots, this is a UC Verde plot up here, and the plots up here don't look as good as the other plots. I will be honest, I will admit that, but that Sundancer seeded plot that's right beside it, and yes, this is the one that typically has the middle die out, and the middle is dying out, by the way, because that's what it does. Well, it goes dormant, it's not dying. This Sundancer seeded plot right here definitely looks better than this UC Verde plot right here. I am just not impressed with the UC Verde. I really am not. It looked good for the first couple of years, but it just hasn't looked good since. Let's take a look at these state plots. These plots do get watered, with the exception of this Sundancer seeded plot. It's buffalograss. It doesn't get watered. It is starting to show some signs of drought stress. Looking there in the middle, you'll see it. but otherwise it looks fairly green. Here is Palisade zoysia grass, everybody's favorite. It looks very green, very lush. It feels very lush. It did get watered last week. I haven't watered it this week, but it's doing great, but it just needs more water than any of the other plots. The Cobalt St. Augustine plot that I have in here, I tried holding out on watering it as long as I could. I made it about 2 weeks and then it was starting to get yellowish. I am trying to keep these plots in better quality, so I did water it. I watered it this week, and oh gosh, it rewards you for watering it. It just feels so lush, and it's just such a nice green color. I mean, this is the lawn that you just want to lay down in. Anyway, let's get off the grass. Looking at this one, this is Tiff Tuff. I did mow it yesterday, so it does have those patches. Again, I probably don't mow this plot as often as I should. You caught me. I am watering it right now. That's how I water things, with a soaker hose. Anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to come by and check out the plots yourself. We don't have to be open for you to look at them. And if you have any other comments or questions, you can call 830-997-3452. Thank you for watching.